Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aiful Amani bin Afendi, matrix number 01 DKP23F2011, and we are group 3 here to announce our topic and present it to you, actions to be taken in an event of lost intact buoyancy. So let's start things off with our first subtopic, demonstrate briefly actions to be taken in an event of a partial loss of intact buoyancy. So without further ado, let's start with the demonstration. So there are 8 steps. We'll go for over the first 4, which is raise the alarm immediately. This is to make sure that we can notify the bridge or control room of the current situation. Next is to identify and assess the damage. We have to determine the rate of flooding, source of leak, and the affected systems so we can know what to repair. Next is the watertight integrity check. So we have to close the watertight doors, hatches and valves, and fire flaps around the damaged compartment to avoid more leakages. Next is to control the flooding. We have to control the flooding so it doesn't become too overwhelming and loses the buoyancy of the boat. Therefore, we have to start using the bilge or educator pumps. After that, you'll have to usually apply temporary repairs using wooden wedges, cement box patch, plug or a plugging kit. Now for the 5th till 8th step. So the 5th step is to make sure of the stability by conducting a stability assessment. This is done by monitoring the ship's trim, list and heel. Next is to monitor it continuously. This is to check for any more progressive flooding. Next is the prepare for escalation. So the muster the crew if the situation has worsened. You have to make sure to ready up the lifeboats, life rafts, and emergency equipment. You have to follow the master's order and maintain safety. This is by using your PPE at all times, keep escape routes clear, and maintain a strict control over your crew and coordination.
Next, I will present about state that flooding should be countered by prompt closing of watertight door, valve and any other opening which could lead to flooding of other compartment. Flooding must be countered immediately by closing all watertight door, valve, hatches and other opening to prevent the spread of water into adjacent component. Watertight components are designed to limit flooding to only the damaged area of the ship. This feature is a core principle of naval architecture and directly affects a ship's survivability. Function of watertight compartment. First, contain flooding. They prevent water from spreading to other sections, keeping the rest of the ship dry and functional. The second one is maintain buoyancy. Even if one compartment flood, the remaining intact compartment keep the vessel afloat. Next, preserve stability. By localizing water, the ship avoid excessive heel or trim that lead to capsizing. The next, delay progressive flooding. Watertight barriers slow down how fast water spread, giving damage control team more time to respond. The last one is protect critical machinery and system. Flooding can destroy engines, generators, switchboard, steering gear, and other essential equipment. In a flooding emergency, time is the most important factor. Water can double in volume within minutes because of pressure differences and hull breaches. Reason prompt closure is life-saving. The first one, stop progressive flooding yearly. If a watertight door or valve is left open, water can immediately move into the next compartment, causing rapid loss of stability. The next one is control free surface effect. More water in more compartment increase free surface effect, reducing metacentric height and causing dangerous rolling and capsizing behavior. The next, protect the damage boundary. The damage boundary is the line of compartment you need to protect. A single open door breaks the boundary and make the situation uncontrollable. The last one is reduce structural stress. Higher water level increase hydrostatic pressure. If flooding spread, bulkhead may not be able to hold the additional load. Operational practice for maintaining watertight integrity. Maintaining watertight integrity is not only about reacting to emergency. It requires daily disciplines, training, and procedure. Good operational practice. First one is keep watertight door closed at sea. Only open when operationally necessary. Never leave them open for convenience. The next, train crew frequently. Drill help crew react immediately without hesitation during real emergency. The next, regular inspection and maintenance. Check ceiling gasket, hinges, dock handle, valve spindle, and hydraulic system to ensure proper function. The next one is label and monitor all closure. Door and valve should have clear indicator which is open or closed. Bridge or control room should monitor status where possible. The next one is clear emergency procedure. Crew must know exactly who is possible for closing which door or valve during an emergency. The last one is avoid obstruction. Ensure no equipment or cargo block access to watertight door or prevent them from closing fully.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Emiza Zulkarnain Zikri bin Emiza Kamal. My matric number is 01 Dkp 33F1034. I will present about state that cross-flooding arrangement where they exist should be put into operation immediately to limit the resulting risk. What are cross-flooding arrangement? Cross-flooding system are pipes, duct, and valve designed to allow controlled flooding of an opposite compartment when one side of the ship is damaged. Their purpose is to correct the ship leaks caused by asymmetric flooding. Why they should be active immediately. To one side of the ship float, the vessel will heel forward. The vessel will head toward the damaged side. This list can become served and affect stability, operation, and safety. Immediate operation is critical because balancing water level. Floating the opposite compartment creates symmetrical flooding, reducing the angle of heel. Restore stability. A ship listing heavily has reduced transverse stability. Cross flooding helps restore a more stable upright condition. Lastly is prevent capsize. A heavy list can quickly lead to a loss of riding moment. Correcting the list early lower the risk of capsize. Operational practice. Crew must know where the cross-flooding valve are located. Valve must be opened immediately when the flooding boundary requires symmetry. System should be maintained regularly so they operate smoothly. Record and sign should be clear to avoid delay during emergency. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Last but not least, we'll go over the last subtopic, which is to state that any action which could stop or reduce the inflow of water should be taken. It can be categorized into two things. So first we have to go over the principle of flooding control. In an event of a partial loss of intact buoyancy, you must take action immediately to limit the water ingress. The primary objective is to preserve the stability and prevent progressive flooding. The crew must react quickly to identify the source of inflow and take corrective measures. This is done by stopping or reducing the inflow as to make sure it is a critical step to maintain the ship's buoyancy and overall safety. With that, let's go over the actions to stop or reduce the actual water flow. So first, what you wanna do is to close the watertight doors, hatches, and valves around the affected compartment. Next is to apply the temporary repairs such as wooden plugs, wedges, cement boxes, or collision mats. The next step is to use build punch or educators to remove the accumulated water. You also have to isolate the damaged piping systems of the seawater, ballast, or fire main piping systems to prevent additional flooding. Last but not least, monitor the compartment continuously and maintain communication with the bridge and damage control team. That will be all from us. Thank you very much, and that will be all. Thank you for listening.